Hey everybody, we just saw Blockers in theater, and we wanna talk, we wanna discuss. It's better than me going off on a tangent in the car, getting super loud, and only Ashley there to hear it. So yeah, we saw Blockers, comedy. Not really sure. We're just doing reactionary here. Not a lot of research. It was a female director, starring Leslie Mann, who is Judd Apatow's wife. Thanks for the assist there. And it was really good. As far as the quality of the movie was very good. And then the added layer of a true comedy, which we were talking already, not many of late. The last one I could really remember that I lost it in the theater with other people, that whole vibe, when you really lose and other people are losing it, were the Millers. Would you kind of agree with that?
I feel like there's maybe been another movie that was a little more
Yeah,
funny.
we might be forgetting something.
I feel like we are forgetting something.
We were just saying, too, when we were walking up to the apartment, we saw Girls Trip way after it came out, and we were both laughing pretty good in that one.
Laughed out loud, literally.
Yeah. And I mean,
Part.
that was
In
just...
a couple parts.
And you were just like, Tiffany Haddish was stealing scenes. This was just a true... It had... I don't know if it's a generation thing. I don't know if it's a yearly thing, but I don't feel like we don't have these kind of comedies anymore. I don't know.
We need more of these. Everybody's trying to be so politically correct, and it was just perfect to have
a
good, fun movie where people could just...
Like a teenage romp,
Yes, it was a very, very good movie.
It was very American Pie, I guess you'd say.
It was almost like a teenage, like high school movie with your friends.
Your classic...
Early college movie, or... Then you also have, like, the parent part where you're, like, leaving your kid's going off to school or off to college and stuff like that.
It was
so
like
different views.
It was like two movies going on at once, right?
Yeah. It's like what the kid goes through and then what the parents go through when kids grow up,
And it doesn't really go many places as far as time. It all takes place on the kid's prom night. And it's Leslie Mann, John Cena, and I always forget his name, Ike Barinholtz, who has been under the radar funny since like Mad TV.
Super funny.
He steals every movie he's been in lately. He really has. What was the movie? He was the husband with the crazy wife. The Couples. You know which one I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's real good. Cena, impressive. He's
super funny.
He's like finding his way, right? Like comedy looks like it's going to be his route in. Because he's so weird looking as far as like...
He has really thick and strong muscular legs.
And like big hands, dude. That dude he's huge. Like you can't even hide it either. Like, so he kind of feels out of place, but maybe that's why he kind of works in a comedy, Because I don't think he'd ever feel in place in like I don't know. That's my wrestling nerdism. I'm rooting for him. So, I think we saw it at the Plymouth Grand, which is not far from the apartment here. If you haven't been there before, it's a good...
It's a nice, clean theater,
Yep.
leather reclining seats, which...
If you need a backup for recliners because Showplace or name the other ones out there that have them, this is a good place to go. It's been more busy, I think, lately because people are starting to find out that it's, this little gem. So, we were there Friday night, opening night, and I don't know. You pay to go to that, and you wonder why. I'll just wait for Redbox. I know a lot of people think that. I'll just wait for Redbox. I'll just wait for Netflix. The experience tonight is why you still go. Mm-hmm. The place was packed. We were in the front row, and we were still there like 15, 20 minutes early. And we were in the front row, but everybody was laughing together. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
That's what you still... And we can't lose that as a society.
Everybody's afraid to go to the movie theaters now.
Yeah,
Everybody
with that
just
whole
wants
thing.
to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let someone try to affect that.
So this movie that we both agree is not worth waiting on. Like, yeah, you could, but if you do want to go to the movie theater, especially right now, it's kind of a dead zone until the superhero movies and the big blockbusters come.
And it's cold outside.
Yeah, and take advantage. Go see it this weekend. Go see it this week because I'm sure the place is going to be packed because this movie's going to make a lot of money. Mark it down.
Don't bring your younger children, obviously.
Yes, no.
It's not appropriate.
Probably not even like
children.
Cool parents out there, like, think you bring your 13, 12-year-old, 14 maybe even.
No, I think like 16 plus.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward for you anyway. Don't do it. Mm-hmm. We did see a lot of adults kind of having their own date nights. Even like older folks, 50, 60 plus that were in there. They were laughing their butts off just like we were. Like I think you said, it kind of touched on a lot of different people and areas and topics. And it hit home. I felt like it was kind of an emotional kick to it. And that's, that's Judd Apatow. Like, let's be honest. And Leslie Mann. They make their comedies that are hilarious, but they're still a deeper heart. All right.
You're rambling.
Ram a little bit. MVP of the movie. Go. Who stole the whole movie? Whose movie was it? Who do you remember it by?
Leslie Mann. And John Cena. I mean, John Cena was super, super good in that movie. But Leslie Mann is just so amazing and so talented, and I just want to be friends with her. Just want to hang out with her. She seems like super cool and
adorable.
She's so adorable.
Wearing that cute little dress the whole movie.
I feel like I'm going to be her when I'm a mom, and I'm going to be obsessed with my kid, and they're going to be like, okay, give me space.
I feel like she's I feel like she's really relatable, real, not some Hollywood. She's so the modern day mom, She's the mom. She's the modern mother of comedy right now, I'd say. Mm-hmm. I was telling her when she puts her name on it, a stamp on it, you kind of expect high quality. I mean, that's because of her husband too. Like, he doesn't let her act in crap. And I'm sure he had something to do with this because there was a lot of Judd vibes, I'd say, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we both recommend it to see it in the theaters. Put it towards the top of your list, if not at the top.
Definitely want to go see this movie. What would you rate it?
I would.
What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do stars?
We'll figure that out later. I would give it whatever the closest thing away as a comedy, purely as a comedy. If that's what you're into and looking to laugh your butt off, 10, 5 stars, right? Like, we were laughing that whole movie. Mm-hmm. That does not happen anymore. And I'm a snob with that stuff. That does not happen anymore. So
I would say like an A-, honestly.
Yeah, and we'll figure out grading system later, but. Honestly, and then now as a solo movie, quality movie by itself, I feel like you can comment on this more than I could. Mothers and like daughters kind of would probably hit on that, or fathers and daughters when a little older of a daughter, mm-hmm. kind of very relatable, that kind of stuff. Kind of like Lady Bird was. You haven't seen Lady Bird yet, but it's kind of that vibe. It's like you get, oh, that's happened to us, and that's the best thing comedy can do. That's what stand-up comedy is, relating to. Mm-hmm. So we both liked it. We kind of were surprised by it, I'd say, by just how good it was. It was over the top and rompy, and I'd say your best comparisons are an American Pie combined with a what's the movie with the Kid Cudi song? The House Party.
Wasn't it called House Party?
Was it called House Party? No, I don't think House Party's like an old 80s.
No.
Project X.
Oh, yeah.
Project X. So Project X combined with American Pie, combined with...
A little bit of, like, Superbad almost. With,
little
like, the girls, instead of the guys.
Yeah, a little Superbad-y.
Also, like, a growing up movie.
Yeah, coming of age.
Yeah.
All those classic tropes. So, yeah, it doesn't really break the wheel. I think it did a very good job with the women controlling the movie, hitting on female... And we were talking about it earlier. This is the last point. I feel like we're headed to a place now in comedy and movies in general where we're going to start seeing point of views and movies shot from different point of views. And this was literally a dirty sex comedy seen through the eyes of these 3 parents, but also their 3 high school daughters. And I mean, they were 18, I'm sure, or close, and that didn't get risque like that, but they weren't shy. And the whole... Even for me, hearing women talk like that on such a big screen about those topics is still like kind of, and it shouldn't be, obviously, especially with this one, I know, I get it, but it was good to see. I'm very happy for Leslie Mann, who I think we can claim the winner of this movie, mm-hmm. MVP, kind of her. She hasn't really done much lately, raising these girls, her little mini-me's. This is her, she's back. She truly is the go-to, that age mom right now. So, A-, 9, 4 out of 5 stars for a movie. Comedy, best comedy I've seen in years. Definitely, as far as like a big blockbuster. Mm-hmm. Plymouth Grand Theater, phenomenal. We had Noodles and Company tonight while we were eating. I mean, I like noodles. Mine's a little dry. Could have used some sauce.
Mine's really good.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's it for the first video. We're going to try and do these every time we see movies, TV as well.
Not as long.
Not as long. We try to do some explaining here. We'll find our niche. But thanks for spending time with us, and go out there and see blockers.